Hello there, Rowan Cox here, and welcome to this video on how to improve your English pronunciation. Now, I'm going to share with you 6 points or 6 areas, 6 secrets on how to achieve this. So, point number 1, probably the most important, is listening, right? So, the more you improve your listening skills, the more you naturally improve your pronunciation skills. And I will give you some examples to prove this. So let's say the word pronunciation. If you can hear pronunciation, you have a very good chance of copying this to pronounce it correctly. But if you hear pronunciation, I can't quite hear it. If you can't hear it correctly, you're going to copy or say what you hear, which will not be very good pronunciation of that word. So, for example, Japanese students and some Chinese students, they have difficulty with L and R, right? So a very simple example, it's not a good one, but a simple example would be the word really. Some of them will say really. They can't hear or differentiate or distinguish the different sound with L and R. So they don't know if really, bad example, but as an example, they don't know, does it start with L or R? Because they cannot hear the difference between those two letters in many cases. So if they're hearing Lily, they will pronounce it Lily with an L rather than an R. Those kinds of things. So if you cannot hear the difference, you won't be able to say the difference or speak the difference. That is why listening is extremely important to improve your speaking skills. Another example, and I don't mean to be rude here, but it highlights the example that I'm talking here. Deaf people are deaf. They can speak, but they are deaf. And because they are deaf, they cannot hear the sounds in words. So when they try to speak them, they sound, the like this, because they don't know the word. For example, really, they might want to say the word really, but they can't hear the sound really. So really, or something like that. So they can speak, they are speaking, but they're getting their sounds wrong because they cannot hear the difference in how to say it correctly. Another example is when I went to Japan. I lived in a small town in Yokohama called, or it's spelt Hodogaya. And as an Australian or an English speaker, we would look at this word and say, Hodogaya. I live in Hodogaya. And when I was teaching English in Japan, my student asked me, where do you live? Where are you staying? I say, Hodogaya. They said, what? I don't know. What is that? Write it down. And I said, oh, Hodogaya. So in English, we sort of flow the letters or the syllables together, Hodogaya. But in Japanese, they really say it short and sharp, Hodogaya. So when I said Hodogaya, they would understand me. But when I said Hodogaya, they had no idea. So that was on me, where I really had to listen carefully of how native speakers pronounce that word and not say it how I thought the word should be said. So I would listen, they say Hodogaya, rather than Hodogaya. The O is a different ho rather than ho, do rather than do, gai rather than gai, ya. Hodogaya. Okay. So it's the same thing for everyone. Everyone has the same challenges, but here we are talking English. So that is listening. Okay, the second point is to really pay attention. Listen very carefully, just like the Hodogaya example. Hodogaya sounds the same, but it's not. It confused the native speaker listening. So And we all do it, even in our native language, right? Someone might be talking to us, blah, 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 and we're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then hey, what? What did you say? Because we weren't paying attention. We weren't fully listening. So if you fully concentrate while you are listening, fully concentrate how the native speakers pronounce things, then you can copy to sound more like them. Now, there is a difference between good pronunciation and an accent. Don't worry too much about your accent. Everyone has an accent, right? Even, some people might say, oh, I want to have an American accent. But it's not really true, because even within America, there are different accents. There's not just one accent for America, for example. Right? Down south in New Orleans, they will have a different accent than up north in New York, right? So paying attention to how people pronounce things and copying them, mimicking them, is a very good key, all right? Point number 3 is to put this to work by transcribing things. It could be audio, just a podcast or something, but I like videos better. So transcribe means that you are writing the words of the words you hear. So this video, for example, you might write down the words. I have the subtitles for you, but take them away. Write all of the words that I say and see how many you can get right. This is an incredibly difficult task, but a very, very important one. It really it makes you focus on listening and paying attention to get it right. Because you have to hear every word. What did he say? Play it again, 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 until you get it. Now, of course, there might be some words that you don't even know. So you might have, he went to the blank, I don't know that word, and then right? So you might have a lot of blanks, words that you don't know, words that you just cannot get it. What is that? It doesn't matter. It's an activity to practice and train your brain to listen more carefully, to find those words and sounds to improve your pronunciation. So point number 4 is to record your own voice. Once you have transcribed, right, when you are speaking, you don't know how you sound. So you need to compare it somehow. So after you transcribe, read the transcription, read your words. For example, one sentence at a time. So the first sentence might be, he went to the shops. Okay, read it out loud, record it so that you can play it back to yourself, so you can hear yourself, right? Recording it's important because when you say it, you don't know how you sound. But if you record it, play your sentence, he went to the shops, then play the video or audio that you were transcribing and listen to the native speaker, he went to the shops, and compare them. Then you will get a feeling of your strong points and weak points. It might be, he went to the shops, right? You might have a weak point in there. It could be shops. You might say shops, for example. Oh, I need to shop. Oh, it's more of an o rather than u. Okay, I need to improve that. You'll find your weaknesses in the sounds of English, the letter sounds, for example, L and R, and so on. So that is a really difficult activity, but a great activity to do to see where you are going, to monitor your progress. Keep working on it, keep improving. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 is your frequency, okay? So I always say to my students, I've been teaching English online for 20 years now, and I say to my students, the more frequently you activate your brain to speak English, the faster and better your English will be. So I always give this example of 2 people. Person number 1, this person learns English every week on Sundays. So Monday nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, nothing Thursday, nothing Friday, nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, 70 minutes. All right, on every Sunday, this person learns or practices English for 70 minutes every Sunday, and that's it. Whereas this person learns English or practices English for 10 minutes every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So at the end of the week, both people have learned or practiced English for 70 minutes. Who will improve their English faster? Right, now that we explain it like this, it's obvious. This person will, because they are activating their brain to use English, to fetch those words and practice using them more frequently. Now, then you go to, okay, 10 minutes. Can you do 20 minutes? 20 minutes per day is better than 10 minutes per day. 1 hour is better than 30 minutes. Whatever you can do. I know we're all busy, but 10 minutes, even 10 minutes every day will help a lot. But it's the frequency which will do the work for you rather than taking one lesson per week or something like that. And that leads me to number 6, which is listen and learn from native speakers. You will need a native speaker to correct you, correct your pronunciation, correct your grammar, correct your mistakes. Without this, you're on your own and you're guessing or making the corrections yourself, which could be right or could be wrong. And in most cases, that's why most people just have their English level stay about the same, right? So having a native English speaker to copy and also to correct all of your mistakes is essential in improving your pronunciation and all areas of your English. On that note, for a limited time, for the first time in about 10 years, I'm actually offering trial lessons. Okay, and in the description, I've put a link where you can click and learn more about the trial lessons and register if you are interested. So I'm offering trial lessons about $1 or $5, just maybe $1 it could be on the page. So it's not free, but it's virtually free, just to separate those who are serious and who are not serious. That's all. And from there, I'm looking to get about 5 students. That's it. So I'm looking to get 5 new students to learn and practice English with. That's it. So that is the end of this video. If you like this video, if you benefited from this video, if you thought, wow, this video was helpful, give it a like, give it a comment, and share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with others. Because if it helped you, it will help others. Okay? So I'll click the link if you are interested to register for a trial lesson with me. Otherwise, enjoy more videos here. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, comment, whatever you like to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your time.